How are you going? My name is Janie. Thank you so much for stopping by the Joy Temple today. I really appreciate it because, as I said last week, there's lots of other places you could be right now, but if you have decided to stop for a little bit and hang out with me, then thank you. I'm really happy that you have decided to do that, and I hope that you take something away today that might help you on your own path to joy and happiness. So I'm doing a series of videos called The Joy Of, and does anybody remember that book, The Joy of Sex? Yesterday on my radio show, I had a guest on who she throws adult toy parties, right? And we were talking about how far things have come in terms of, I'm off topic here, in terms of adult toys and our own sexual well-being. And I brought up this book, The Joy of Sex, because, oh my God, it was just hideous. The pictures were hideous. I do recommend, I'm right off topic now, I do recommend if you're looking for a really good book about sex, find something called Hot Sex. I found it when I was living in Melbourne. I was 48. I was about to go on my journey of sexploration. I was a newly single woman. Oh my God, how did we get to this? What I decided to do though, like everything else in my life, was take charge. I took charge of my sexuality. Now, we're not talking about the joy of sex today, way off topic. We are talking about the joy of happiness today. Sorry, if you've tuned out, that's okay. Come back. We'll talk about the joy of sex another time. Now, the joy of happiness. Now, last week I talked about or shared some of my own experience living with panic disorder and anxiety, and what I did to get through those was to learn to do an incredible relaxation. And I think today, before we wrap up, we might just spend a minute getting into that feeling of relaxation, because it really is very good, it's very powerful, and it totally changed my life. And there will be a whole video called The Joy of Relaxation coming up. But let's talk about happiness today, because I always feel like people have this belief they are meant to be suffering. And I say, fuck that. We are not here to suffer. We are not here to feel like shit. We are not here to feel like we should be victims in anything. We are here to take charge of our life and do whatever it takes to make it the best life possible. And I'm sure you might be going, well, how the fuck do I do that when things are feeling pretty crap? Well, it starts with the decision, okay? It starts with the decision. And for me, my journey to joy and happiness started with a decision when I realized that, wow, I wasn't happy with how I looked. I wasn't happy with my personality, my identity. I wasn't happy with my life at the time. I just wasn't happy, full stop. And what I actively did was made that decision to explore what would make me happy and then start to follow that path. And I remember going to an acupuncturist appointment, and my sister said to me, while you're there, why don't you just ask them to put a little needle into your joy spot? My joy spot. Look, I didn't even know what my G spot was. I didn't even know I had a joy spot. So imagine that, asking someone to put a needle in your joy spot. And that really got me thinking about, what is joy and how can I find more joy in my life? And as I said, it became a decision for me. And once you make a decision on anything, whether that is, to buy a new car, to start a new job, to change your house around, whatever it is, once you've started on a decision-making process, you've already put the wheels in motion to know that you want something different, okay? And happiness is no different. Make the decision to be happy. Today, I'm making a decision to work on my happiness. There you go. How does that feel if you say that? Today, I'm going to make a decision to work on my happiness, okay? And we are going to look at other ways to build up our self-love, our self-acceptance. But let's start with the decision. Do you want to be happy? What are you going to do about it? I'm going to start with the decision to be happy. I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm going to embrace the uncomfortableness that might come as I start to transition through this normal state of being, which may not have been happiness, and I am going to do whatever I can to start to feel happiness, okay? Make the decision. Now that we've made the decision, what do we do? I don't know. No, I do know. Of course I know. Well, we need to keep reminding ourselves. Anytime that something comes into your world that starts to suck out that energy and start to deplete you, you can change it. You can ignore it. You can remind yourself that, hey, I'm on a path to happiness. I don't have time for this shit. Back off. And I don't mean you say that to people, but you think that, right? Start to listen to those thoughts. Start to hear that little voice inside your head that is telling you you don't deserve to be happy. Why would you want joy? And tell it to fucking shut up and pipe down, and start to fill your thoughts with things like, yep, I am feeling happy. I deserve to be happy. Happiness is for me. And I know this sounds really basic, like basic stuff. But then it comes back to that decision, right? The decision. I am choosing happiness. And what I would recommend you do then is to write down a list of things that make you happy. And I've done this with some of my clients, like, what makes you happy? And they're like, I don't know. I said, well, what about your family? Do they make you happy? What about a walk on the beach? Does that make you happy? Start to write some of those things down that make you happy, and start to do more of those things. If they make you happy, keep doing them. If something you're doing is not a good use of your time or not making you feel excitement or fulfilled, should you keep doing it? Perhaps not. And I'll give you an example of that. Like, I've been running mandala classes for the last couple of years. I loved it. I got so much joy out of that, but it was a lot of work. I wasn't getting a lot of return back from that. So I had to make that decision to let it go and start to think about what else I could do that would enhance my happiness. Okay, now I'm going to start to wrap up today's video because I really want us to spend a minute to do relaxation, and I want to keep my videos very short and sweet. And here's what I'd like you to do. Don't do this while you're driving. I would like you to just stop whatever you're doing right now. Take a bit of a deep breath in. Close your eyes. And start to feel your body heavy. Start to feel your shoulders kind of dropping down, and start to feel your arms feel heavy. Start to feel everything becoming heavy. Okay? Feel like you're just going to melt into the chair or the bed. Just feel that sense of heaviness, right? Because that is where you are going to be starting on your journey towards relaxation. And when we start on this journey of relaxation very soon, that, my friend, is going to be the game changer if you continue to do that all the time. So enjoy that beautiful feeling of heaviness. One of the greatest tricks I ever learned was to check in with myself. If my shoulders are up here, I'm super stressed. Okay? So just check in with yourself. Start to feel that beautiful feeling of relaxation all through your body. Just take some beautiful, calm breaths. You've got nothing else to think about, nothing to worry about. Just enjoy this moment right now in absolute peace and calm. Okay? I hope that's made you feel pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to see you next week. Have a beautiful week, everybody.